Okay, did you hear the wonderful news? Most times when people ask us for the good news and the bad news, they want the good news first. So we're going to give you the bad news instead of the good news. Most things that do come to pass are always better than you imagined. And the ones that didn't come to pass are the ones that you always thought that's what I already lived through. So if you think that things are always going to get better before they get worse or things get darkest before the dawn, well, then you do kind of don't live in linear fashion, and then you might be in non-linear realities where things that happened when you were, I don't know, 6 months old might all of a sudden be totally relevant when you're, I don't know, 57 years old. Then again, may not. Rumpelstiltskin always said, like, it's just because, if you put too much spin on one thing, too much English in one direction, then people get to know your throw. It's kind of like, if you're a telegraph operator, you had a hand and it's just your recognizable signature. And well, if your hand is written all over it, then it's a seduction play, and Sananda says, go away. Other things that you need to understand are risk energy. What is risk energy? That is when you took the risk and you watched Star Trek instead of, I don't know, Winnie the Pooh. It was your human energy that you invested in these things. And you did select for the things that you wanted to play with later on in life. So if you were somebody who was into whatever it was, well, it's always going to be a question of, well, when are you going to open up all the boxes of information related to that interest that you had when you were very young? So, other things that you need to, well, you need to show some emotion. It's a song, you can find it on YouTube. It's called The Cooper Brothers. Show some emotion. Put that song on because people sometimes need to, I don't know, hear Canadian sappy music from the, I don't know, 1982 or something. I don't know. I just have nothing else to tell you. Sometimes you just need to get in that sappy 12-year-old kind of energy. Like a good bottle of 12-year-old scotch. Because it's 12 years old from like you wanted an astrological cycle that was 12 years previous to whatever. Well, if they guaranteed it was 12 years, then it was 12 years ago, more or less, that scotch was made. So you're getting something from a previous cycle that you may want to revisit. And, you can get old wine on the secondary markets. So, I mean, you could get something that's like a 60-year-old champagne or something. Or you could substitute. Because if you don't want, you could always get a non-alcoholic, fizzy club soda and call it champagne. You could put a black olive in it and a champagne flute or something and call it a gin champagne. Okay, I have nothing else to tell you because it's just, I don't know.